Hi there, everybody, and welcome to another 14-minute webinar from Plus Software, the makers of Snapshot. Today's brief webinar is about creating dashboards from Excel or other databases from Snapshot. So let's get straight onto it, shall we? First of all, you're joined by myself, Peter Whaley, and Dean Gornall, and we'll take you through the next 14 minutes. These 14-minute webinars are really about either key problems or key opportunities. And if you like what you can see, you can certainly trial any of our software. The webinars are listen only. You can send chat questions through and it's recorded. So if you want a copy, you can get one with absolute pleasure. Now, if you've just joined this webinar and you've no idea about Snapshot, well, it's one of the world's fastest growing BI tools. And if you look on our YouTube website, you can see other webinars which give you a little bit more information. But I guess in a nutshell, some of the key problems we solve with Snapshot is the fact that many other BI programs are, well, just not that easy to implement and support. And with Snapshot, once you download it from the Plus Software and Snapshot BI website, you can easily see a number of dashboards and you can view and filter these dashboards quickly and easily. So it's very quick to upskill. In terms of the customization, you can take any of our dashboards, copy them, and once you copy them, you can customize them. Pretty easy to do as well. And the key difference with Snapshot is that most BI tools are meant for the finance team. Undoubtedly, Snapshot is meant for the finance and operations team as well. So there you have it. I think without further ado, let's pop across to Dean Gornall. Dean, welcome, and take us through another quick tool set with regards to Snapshot and creating dashboards from other sources. Thank you, Dean. Welcome.
Hi, Pete. Yeah, thank you. All right, so what we'll go through now is examples of how we can connect Snapshot into other data sources other than your business system. So we'll take an example of plugging it through into Excel, so we can dashboard out of Excel. And we'll do an example where we'll be able to dashboard out of other databases. So when I say that, an example of that is out of a payroll database or a CRM database, whilst we're still plugged into the business system, your financial database. So before I go on, Pete, I just want to confirm, can you see my Snapshot screen?
I can see the blue screen. Perfect. Thanks, Dean.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll create a dashboard from scratch, which we will then link into an Excel source, and you'll see we'll be able to dashboard off that. You don't only just have to create a new dashboard of Excel. You could take any existing dashboard and add an Excel source to add a bit more dashboarding. So what we'll do is we'll come through, we'll click on New Custom Dashboard. Okay, when that opens up, we're going to go connecting our data source as you would by normal. We'll go here, New Data Source. And this is where you're going to have the option between your normal databases, or here now we have an Excel workbook or CSV file option. We click that option, we hit Next. And right now we will browse for our Excel file that we want to dashboard on. So I click on the browse, go to my desktop, and I've got my Excel file. Now this is the file that we're going to be writing the dashboard off. What you will be doing is, if you've got the partner version and this has been written on your end, when the dashboard is up and running and just before you're going to migrate it to your customer's end, you need to make sure that this file path is the file path where the Excel spreadsheet is going to be stored at your customer's site. Yeah, I'll click Next. Okay, so it now gives me a couple of options over here. The first option is, do I use the first row as the field names, which makes sense if you want to have your columns. You can skip any empty rows, you can skip any hidden rows or any hidden columns. From there on, we hit Next. All right, you would select the sheet that you want to get the data off. And now what it's done is it's gone in and listed all my columns for me, because my first row had my columns. And you can see it's automatically predicted what type of a column it is. So for example, my date, it's made as a date column. My ID field, it's made it a string. I know that my ID field in this database is an integer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and change it up as an integer type of field. And all of the other fields is pretty much predicted correctly, but you've got control to change what type of a field it is. I can now click finish, and it's now exactly the same as what you would expect when doing any other dashboard linking to a financial system. You see here it's now pulled in all my fields on the left-hand side, that's in that spreadsheet. So from here on in, it's your normal dashboard design. Click on home, and put in all your different dashboard components. So for example, here I'm going to do a quick grid of my stock code with my quantity and my sales value. Okay, so from here you can see it's working just as normal. So that is a very quick, easy way to pull in data from an Excel data source. And like I say, it doesn't have to be a dashboard just for this Excel source. You could have any existing dashboards, come into data source, create a new data source, and this time select Excel, and you can have it in addition to any other component in the dashboard. When we're finished, we click save. Okay, give the dashboard its name. Right, so you can name my dashboard. I'll link it. You can link it to a customer. Right. You put it into a category. Importantly, you don't need to link this to a view or a store procedure. So hit OK. So when I close off now, you'll see I have my Excel sales dashboard over here. It works exactly the same as any other dashboard now. I run it out, and it's now showing me my data. So that's the first way. This is the first one we could do, now linking our data to an Excel data source. The next one I'm going to show you now is connecting Snapshot into any other database which is not your financial system. Okay, so for example, it could be a payroll database, a CRM database, an access database, just whatever you want to complement the dashboard with. So what we will do first is we'll come over here to the settings tab. And on the settings tab, we have what's called custom connection strings. When I click on my custom connection strings, okay, you'll see here, these are all the different database providers over here that we can connect Snapshot into. So there's Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL Server, Access, XML, Firebird, and the list goes on. All right. What you'll do is you'll choose which is your provider. So for example, in my example I'm going to use here, I'm using Microsoft SQL Server. And over here we have given a example of the connection string. So all you would do is take this whole connection string over here, copy and paste it into this box above, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to replace the relevant information. So for example, data source, I've got to put my SQL name and instance. My user, I'll put in my authentication is, so I'm using SA authentication, so my username and password, and then my catalog is the name of the database. So once I put those in, that's my connection string, connecting into that SQL Server, into that database. What I suggest you do is take this connection string and copy and paste it and put it into a notepad, just to keep it handy. So once you've done that, we will need to come back to this connection string when we're finished over here to populate which dashboard we're linking it to. But at this point, we haven't created the dashboard yet. So we'll hit OK and we exit out. Now we come across to our custom dashboards. We hit New Custom Dashboard. And again, it doesn't have to be new. You can actually add this in addition to any existing dashboard. We go across its data source, new data source, and this time we select database, hit next, and now we have an option on the drop down here to select custom connection string. You select your custom connection string, and this is why I suggested you copy and paste the connection string into a notepad, because now I can take my connection string I copied out my notepad, and I paste it over here. Now this is purely for this dashboard in its edit or creation mode to create a connection to this database in order for us to create the dashboard. And now hit next. It's now authenticated into that SQL Server and to that database. And from here on, it is the same screens as you would get when you're creating a normal dashboard linking to your financial system. So I can choose a query, which is a table or a view, or I can choose any stored procedure. So I can run my query builder, and over here I can select any view or table in the database. Okay, so I can take any view, and you can see here I have now got a list of all the fields that it was in that view or table that you selected. Again, this is now exactly the same principles where we can come through and we can start to create our dashboard. Okay. Once you're finished, we can click Save. Link it to a category. Don't worry about it. Link it to a view or store procedure. Hit OK. Hit Close. Right, come back over here. Custom connection dashboard is what I call that dashboard. Remember, I have to come back to my settings to my custom connection string. I come and edit the connection string and I link it to that dashboard I just created. There it is over there. Hit OK. Hit Exit. And now I come through and I run my dashboard. It is now linking into that database. All right, that's probably it about connecting into different sources. So yes, you can connect it to Excel, or you can connect it to a lot of other data sources. Again, on the custom connection string, if you edit any of them, you can see all the different data sources that we can connect into that we provide a connection string for. And just as another reminder is, you don't have to create a dashboard purely linking it to Excel or a custom connection string. You can complement any existing dashboard and add to that. All right. So what I'll just do is I'll jump back across to the PowerPoint. And Pete, if you want to take it from there.
Thank you, Dean. Excellent stuff. So we're at 12 and a half minutes for our 14-minute webinar, doing well. So as we always say, take some action. If you have any questions, please ask us, or of course your partner. We'd be delighted to help. And you're very welcome, if you're not a Snapshot user, to trial us, and you can make use of our 14-day free trial with free help as well. And thereafter, if you like it, you subscribe, ask us for our pricing, or have a look at our website, snapshotbi.com. There's no questions from today's viewers. So without further ado, thank you so much for attending. Dean, thank you for the clarity. And thank you all. Look out for our next upcoming webinars on the Plus Software website. Take care and goodbye.